So today I decided to think about what the community thinks about Assassin's Creed Origins / Empire. A lot of people like the plot of the storyline versus the gameplay, and a lot of people like the gameplay over the plot / the storyline. I was going to discuss what I think about each of those and think about which I like better and what will happen in Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I think that a lot of people like gameplay over story. I've just heard that a lot more. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but I would think it would be true because a lot of people really don't care for the storyline as much as the gameplay, because the gameplay is pretty unique. Not so much anymore because more games are starting to become more like Assassin's Creed, where it's more open world and get that Assassin's Creed feel, but Assassin's Creed was like the first of its time to actually do what it has done with open world games. But personally, I kind of like the story better than the gameplay, just because I get hooked into the stories. Like the main storyline, I get hooked into it. Sometimes the side stories, they're pretty good, but I don't really like the side stories too much. I also try to focus on like getting the best equipment and stuff, and then like I'm done with the game. But honestly, it just depends on personal preference. That's just my idea on what I think about it. I just really like the storyline better than the gameplay, but I also understand that a lot of people do like the gameplay more, and I really do like the gameplay. It's just that I happen to like the storyline a bit better. Now, I was thinking about this. What will they do in Assassin's Creed Origins? Because in games like Unity and Syndicate, they more focused on the storyline than the gameplay, I think, because like in Unity, it was mainly focused like only on the story, like the main story. That was what drove the game, and it actually wasn't too good because at the end, it's just like, well, looks like the Sage's body is going to be too messed up for the Templars to use, so good job. You did a really good thing by telling us that this game was completely pointless. But anyways, that was just a little example of it. But I mean, I understand that they tried to do something good with the story. It's just that I don't think they really had many things to go on whenever they made Assassin's Creed Unity. But anyways, I think in Assassin's Creed Origins or Empire, I think they're going to mainly focus on the gameplay rather than the story. Because like I said, I think the majority of players really want the gameplay rather than the story. I'm not saying that the story will be bad or the story won't be any good or anything. I just think that they're gonna put more time into the gameplay and the mechanics and all of that stuff, and not really the story as much. Now, I still think the story will be pretty good because it is going to be going over the origins of the Assassins and the Templar Order. But I just hope that they won't focus too much on the gameplay, because there are still some people that like the storyline over the gameplay. But it should be good because there is a lot to cover in the storyline. Now, I'm wondering if they're going to reuse some of the same types of concepts that they used all throughout the Assassin's Creed franchise that basically focused on the story more than the gameplay. Because in most of those games, they mainly just focused on the story and not too much the gameplay, in my opinion. Or if they're going to change it up a bit and make the game seem a little bit different, because they could change the gameplay to where it would be more gameplay driven and not really story driven. So that's just what I think about that. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.